So one of the interesting things about money is it's not always just about money. And I love this conversation, and we're going to talk about it here on the Rachel Cruze Show. So I decided to invite my friend, Dr. John Deloney, on to be with us today. Welcome, John.
How are you?
I'm good. Good. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me on.
Okay, so again, money, I feel like is never just about money, right? So like overspending is never just about overspending. There's usually a contentment problem or money fights within marriage. It's not just the money fights, it's stuff going on underneath, right? So there's always things happening. And I feel like debt is one of those.
Yeah.
And so the stress that debt brings to a household is very real. Right. So have you seen that play out, especially like when you talk to people?
In fact, the last couple of years, I've begun to believe this from here.
Yeah.
The core of mental health well-being is I am safe. I have some control about what tomorrow may look like, even if it's a little bit, and I've got a community. And debt isolates you. Debt takes away your control of what tomorrow's going to look like, and it makes it not safe. Other people have control into your life. So I've come to believe that if you owe somebody money, you cannot be psychologically whole. I believe that with all my heart.
So the stress obviously is created, but there's like just that negative type of emotion that's created in a person.
It's not even a negative emotion. It is a physiological response that lets your body know we are not safe because somebody else controls our life. And if you have credit cards and banks and student loans and the government, and they're all pulling the strings that are going to keep you in a job where you're not safe, they're going to keep you in relationships that aren't safe, all of these other voices speak into your day-to-day life. Part of your brain, your amygdala, is going to tell you, not safe, not safe, not safe. And that manifests itself in anxiety, depression, all these other things that we're trying to solve out here. Man, those are here problems to solve.
So interesting, because when we talk about even removing debt from your life, getting out of debt, not owing anyone anything, there's a level of freedom that comes with that. And I always say here on the show, I'm like, yeah, there's a financial freedom, obviously, because your income is now yours. It's not going back out to payments. But there's also this emotional and even spiritual freedom that comes with it.
It's a psychological freedom.
Yeah.
So your body goes, we're okay, right? It's kind of like going into your parents' house and you've been gone and you have a good relationship with your parents. You've been gone a long time and you come in, you hear the words, it just feels like home. Yeah. Like your body goes, we're safe here.
Yes.
Or you go into an old friend's house and one of those friends that you have, you can just go in their house and go right into their fridge. It's just
totally,
normal.
Yeah.
Your brain goes, we're okay here. Right? Or when you go into somebody else's house and you don't feel comfortable or it feels weird, or you go into a restaurant where you don't feel like you belong, your brain tells you, we're not okay here. This isn't our home. Same thing. When you pay that debt off and you just go, your brain goes, your body goes, we're safe now. Right?
Your life is now yours.
Yes,
that you get
your
to
life
decide
is now yours.
That's so interesting. So for married couples specifically, this can cause a big stress points in marriage, right?
Yeah.
So not only do the dollars and cents start to get really tight, and it's like, God, every $5 I'm spending, I'm feeling the stress, and it just creates kind of this explosion in a household. So what are some things couples can do to really kind of minimize that, especially while they're getting out of debt?
See, what was key in my house with me and my wife is backing up from what you think the fight's about, because it almost never is.
Yes.
It's not that he left the shoes in front of the door again. It's that you don't feel valued. You've said it 10 times, you feel disrespected. Or it's not that she bought this thing again. It's that you are trying to keep your family safe by making a budget. So back up and say, what's really at stake here? And usually it's, I don't feel safe, I don't feel heard or connected, and I don't feel in control. Right? And if you can solve those problems, the debt takes care of itself. The anxiety takes care of itself. The depression, you can be on a road to healing there, right? But it's about dealing with what are these core issues. So when you're about to lash out and you're about to get angry, stop and say, what am I really upset about here?
Like, what is that underneath? And again, that's what we talk about so much, you guys, is money's never just about money. There's all this stuff. But sadly, money can cause some of this negative stuff, right? Whether it's the anxiety, the depression, the stress, all of it. But when you are married and you are working as one, it is so, so important to be on the same team. And there's a couple of things that couples can do here to really help with that. Like one of them is just honesty, you guys. Be honest. And so whether that's a tactical side of if you have, a secret credit card that you haven't told your spouse, be honest about that. Even though that's scary, be honest about that. Be honest about what you're feeling. Do you not feel taken care of? Are you fearful? Like, what are the things going on? And just be honest with your spouse. Starting with that, I feel like is huge.
And then going to the next one, you just mentioned it, fear.
Yeah.
One of the things we hedge on with people we love is what we're really scared about. We are peacekeepers or we're silence keepers. Be honest about sharing your fears. Tell your spouse, this scares me when you spend like this, or I don't feel safe when I look at our student loan payments, right?
Yeah.
Or I feel out of control. Be honest about your fears.
Yes, so good. And have goals together, you guys. Because once you start doing this, right, whether it's the honesty and sharing your fears, there is a level of vulnerability there that your spouse may start to know you on a level that they never knew you before because you're just functioning and trying to be okay. But once you say, okay, I'm not okay, like this really is scaring me, they really, you become a unified front. And then out of that, you really can start to work together as a team and have a goal in mind. So have something you are shooting for. Have something in the next 24 months that you guys can say, okay, in the next 2 years, here's what we're gonna do. Whether it's getting out of debt or having a specific amount money saved, whatever it is, have a goal together. Because it's amazing when couples work together towards a goal, like the unification that happens in a marriage. I mean, it's huge.
The growth is exponential, right? The shift. You think it's just going to be a 1 degree shift, but it ends up going way over there and opening up so many other possibilities. Real important when you share goals, share what you actually need, right?
Yes.
There's a level of vulnerability that says, I know he's tired, I know she's working all day, but here's what I need. And we often don't speak our needs. We just bottle them up, or we try to meet our needs in other ways or with other people, and that causes disaster of all sorts, right?
Yep.
On this particular show, we often try to meet our needs of inadequacy, of comparison, of I'm not enough, I haven't accomplished enough, by just buying stuff.
Right,
and, right. It's easier and easier. Be honest with your spouse about your needs.
And that's so huge. We were out to dinner with a couple this weekend, and they're pregnant for the first time. And we're, talking about baby stuff. And Winston asked her, he was like, how good are you at asking for help, about asking for what you need? Because even in all these transitions of life, like if you're not good at it, not only is that need not going to be met, but the frustration's going to pent up. But when you can actually verbalize what you need to your spouse, it's huge. So I love that one.
Well, and can I just say, men are terrible too.
Yeah.
They don't say what they need. We don't say, hey, I really need this from you. I don't have that language. I've never seen. My dad sure wasn't going around being like, here's some needs I have. No, he had some things I had to do, right?
Yeah.
And so it's both men and women. If we can just come to the table and say, hey, here's the season I'm in. Here's what I need.
It's good.
Wow, man.
And then lastly, couples, just practice connection, being together. And a lot of these conversations like we're talking about naturally it's going to bring you guys together in a deep connection.
Can I just double down on the word you used?
Yes, go.
Practice.
Yeah.
You're going to screw this up. LeBron James shoots 1,000 shots a day, or I just made that number up, but he shoots a lot of shots a day.
Probably that.
He's practicing, so when he gets in the game, and when he gets in the game, he still misses shots.
Yes.
Same thing with relationships. When you practice being honest, you practice talking about your fears, you practice these things, and some days you have to come back and go, I wasn't fully honest with you today. Here's really what I bought.
Yep.
Right? You're practicing this. Some days you say, is that everything? And you go, yep. And you come back and go, I didn't tell you one of my fears. One of my fears is this. You practice it and practice it. And over time, you get better and better and better to where your marriage just does this, right?
So good. Okay, so what can people do to kind of decrease the stress and all of this as we're talking about the subject of marriage and connection, but that debt plays a big part in that? What can people do out there, again, that are facing really tough money issues? How can they lower the stress?
Number one, don't wait until there's a fight. Don't wait until it's exploded to then say, oh, yeah, well, you should have, and I'm scared about. Set aside some time to have this conversation.
Yep.
And the second thing is to go back to what we just said. Be honest. Talk about your fears. Talk about your needs. Talk about what you're joyful, what you're happy for.
Yeah.
And really double down on practicing connection.
Yeah, it's so good. Today we're talking about things we need to stop wasting $20 on. Baby shoes. They're babies. They're not walking around. Don't buy shoes for them. Lottery tickets. Yeah, the Powerball jackpot. You got 1 in 292 million chances of winning, so don't waste your money. An Olaf waffle maker. I mean, pretty dang cute. I know. And the results? Adorable, but let it go. Wipe warmers. Yeah, the baby's gonna survive. Keep your $20. Clothes for your pets. I mean, super cute, fabulous, bougie, all the things, but you don't need to spend $20 on it. Guys, these things are totally unnecessary. What I do need to make sure I'm taking care of are these guys. I remember when Winston and I first got married and we talked about life insurance. Honestly, it was easy for us to talk about because we wanted to keep each other covered in case the worst were to ever happen. That's why we have term life insurance through Xander Insurance. It's $20 to $30 a month that I am more than happy to spend. Xander shops the top-rated term life insurance companies to make sure that they find you the best rates for the coverage that your family needs. You can have the same peace of mind that we have. So go to Xander.com to get started today. Don't waste any more time. Okay, you guys, hopefully all of that has helped you, but you might be thinking too, like, okay, this all sounds great, but how do I actually jump in and have a conversation? How do we start this? Well, sometimes it's just by having fun. And so you actually created one of my favorite
Can I talk
products.
about this?
Yes. It's
Okay.
so great, you guys.
So I called a buddy right before I took this job and said, what's the book that hasn't been written yet? What would you love to see? And he said, well, I turned all my screens off, I paid all my debts off, and now I'm just sitting in my living room looking at my daughters, and we're all just staring at each other, and I don't know what to do next. And I was like, just talk to him. And he goes, about what? And then he goes, and then my wife comes in, and I realized, oh, we don't even know how to have a conversation anymore.
Right.
So
Dun, da, da, da.
we created this series of cards. I'm gonna be honest, we thought this was a beta. That means we thought there was gonna be a product. We put it out there just to see how people would respond. We've sold out 3 runs and we're on number 4.
Oh my gosh.
They have gone bananas.
So
and
great.
here's what they are. There's a series of cards for friends, for parents and grandparents and kids, and for, I was gonna say for lovers, that's kind of weird, but for people who are together, dating, married, whatever.
Romantic.
Romantic, not for lovers. That just sounds like
This could be,
this whole
I don't
show
know,
just took a left turn.
different
So,
cards.
all right, so here, let's do one together, okay?
Yes, yes.
So, you pick a random card.
Okay.
Pick a random one.
What's a song that makes your ears bleed? Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
hey now, you're an all-star.
Oh, it's a good
that
one.
song.
That's a good
No.
one.
And any song by Smashing Pumpkins.
Do you?
All of them.
Oh my gosh, you just took me back to like my middle school days. Man. Okay.
Did you love them?
No, they're just everywhere.
Have you ever kissed a boy to a Smashing Pumpkins song?
I don't even know. Okay, my kids, you know what they love now is Who Let the Dogs Out.
Who let the dogs out? Who?
I don't know
Right?
who let them out. But my 2-year-old loves it. I don't know. It's annoying though.
I love
I'm sorry.
that. I love that song. Just
Okay,
kidding.
one more,
All right, no,
one
this
more.
one's for me to you. I'm gonna
okay,
pick up a
okay,
random
okay.
one.
I'm so nervous.
Oh man. Who is your favorite kiss of all time that's not your current husband?
Stop it. No, I can't do that.
Why?
Stop it. No, that you're lying.
That wasn't real.
I was like, there is no way.
Okay, hold on.
No way.
Ready? Are we ready? All right, let's do one more. I get one this time. All right, I'm just picking a random one. Oh, this is so great.
No.
This is 100% didn't mean this. This one's so great. You ready?
No.
What are you 100% convinced is a scam, and where does your information come from? That's real. What's 100% a
Oh
scam?
man, this is gonna. AKA, okay.
This is a short jump to conspiracy theory.
This is one, I don't know why this one popped in my head. I heard it and I was like, yes. Do you know they don't teach cursive in elementary school anymore? Because in 3 generations, we won't be able to read the Constitution or the Bill of Rights. That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'm 100. What am I? Where does your information come from?
The internet.
Internet's always right. All right, what am I 100% convinced is a scam? Oh man. Oh, can I tell you?
Payday loans.
No, hot dogs.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
I think all the things about hot dogs aren't right.
Do you know, I didn't eat hot dogs for like years. And then when you have kids, it's all people make.
You don't have to. You gave in. You're better than that, Rachel. I'm just kidding. You're not better than that.
I gave in.
I
gave in.
think that there's a lot of things in hot dogs that were never alive. That's what I think. I think they're a scam. And where do I get my information from? America.
America.
From the internet.
Red, white, and blue people. Okay, so where can people get these great cards?
You can go to johndeloney.com and get them. They're also available at ramseysolutions.com. And they are COVID-free and politics-free.
Oh my gosh.
So there's no COVID questions or politics. You can
That's
have real
good.
conversations without those two things.
That's really fair.
so good.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, you guys, and we're really excited because John and I are going to be doing Money and Marriage, an event that we love to do.
Yes.
It's been so fun. We've done a couple together on February 11th. So if you came last year, come back. If you're new, sign up, and we're going to have so much fun. We're going to talk about the 5 questions every couple should be asking, and just check it out on the live stream. Click the link in the show notes, and we hope to see you there. John, thanks for being here.
Thanks, dude. Have
Where
fun.
can everyone find you, P.S.?
On the internets.
On the internet.
JohnDeloney.com.
Red, white, and blue.